So welcome to day 4.2. Today we're going to work on our lateral day. So we're going to make sure we get foam rolled. We're going to make sure we get our hip flexors in our groin. So again, hip flexor, find the pointer right there of your hip. And it's just 2 fingers below right there. Making sure we're rolling that out, up and down, kind of just sitting on that tight spot right there, finding those knots. If you want to go all the way down to your quads, you can. But I want to make sure we get the groin. So just getting that knee up here, 90 degrees, getting the inside of the knee all the way right outside of the patella right there. And rolling all the way up into the groin, coming back across. About 5 to 10 times each rep, or rep there. Next, we're gonna go through, we're gonna do our groin stretch and our T-spine stretch. So for the groin stretch, we're gonna get down here on all 4, kicking out. So all we're gonna do is rock back and forth, okay? Hold this position, pushing down through my foot there into the ground. Let's get 10 of these. And then once we do 10, come back to that forward position, stay right here with that foot kicked out, back of my hand right here on the turf, and I'm just gonna reach as far as I can, stretch that upper back. 10 of these each side. I'm gonna turn so you guys can kind of see a side view here. Reaching out, rotating that upper back. Finally, we're gonna go into our lateral lunge and shift. So for these, we're thinking about staying low the whole time. So we have like a 4-foot ceiling, all right? So feet pointed straight ahead, squatting down, reach out, stay low, shift that weight, bring it back. Reach out, shift that weight. Notice my head is not going up. Let's go ahead and get 10 reps one way, 10 reps the other way. All right, next we're gonna go into movement skills. So finding a wall, we're gonna do some lateral crossovers. So we're gonna start pivoting on these knees here. So go ahead and fall into the wall, have that good leverage. Make sure you're on that outside edge of that inside foot, kind of towards your toes, so your heel's barely off the ground. For this one, I'm reaching back with this leg, reaching forward with this arm, and bending my inside leg. So I'm reaching here, then I'm coming up and crossing over into that crossover position, okay? So toes pulled up, my knee is right below 90 degrees. What this is really mimicking is if I'm here and I gotta go that direction in sports, I'm shifting my weight, crossing over to get to that position, okay? So hold it right here. If you need to get that position a little bit, you can go nice and slow. Get 5 slow reps in, but I want 2 fast sets. If you do 3, that's fine. So reach it back, bring it up. Reach it back, bring it up. Keep that core tight, bring it up. Okay, so let's get 5 of those each side. Then we're gonna go into lateral marching. Lateral marching, I'm thinking about having my shoulders pinned back, just like linear marching. Big arm swing, stepping up and over. Okay, starting to get some good pace here. I'm thinking about pushing off that outside leg. So if I'm going this direction, pushing off that outside leg, okay? Those knees up to 90, pulling those toes up. We're gonna go ahead and get 10 yards out, 10 yards back, and then we'll move on to lateral A skips. So, A skips, right here, just a nice easy skip, double touching. I'm thinking about pushing off that outside foot again. Push, push, push. Notice I'm not crossing those legs up, right? Go right here, push, 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 okay? Let's get 2 sets, 10 yards out, 10 yards back 2 times. Again, not crossing up the feet. And make sure you kind of start in that position where we're doing it in place and then start going laterally. It'll help you get that rhythm down a little bit. All right, next we're gonna get into some lateral plyos, okay? So starting off with lateral pogos to get everything warmed up. Just finding about 10 yards, hands on your hips, nice and easy, just like a jumping rope. 10 yards out, 10 yards back. Make sure everything feels good. From there, we're gonna do our snap down. So we're going 2 to 1. So I want you up on 2 feet, up on your toes, arms up, and we're snapping those arms down, planting on 1 foot, okay? We're preventing that knee from crashing in. So if you need to look at yourself in a video or on a mirror or something like that, make sure you're bending at the knee, and we're not just bending at the hip too. So from a side angle, up here, snap down. Up on your toes, snap down. We're gonna try to get 2 sets of 5. Make sure we're working on that balance. We're not letting that knee cave in. We're keeping that chest up a little bit, bending that knee, okay? From there, we're doing lateral depth drops. So, finding a box, start off small. Eventually, this should be a box that's bigger than you can jump, if that makes sense. So, if I'm jumping right here, I can obviously jump a little bit higher than this box. So eventually, I want to get to the point where I'm at a box that's a couple inches higher than I can jump. But to start your first couple times, get something nice and easy. We're just gonna step straight out, stick that landing, okay? Again, bending those knees, keeping that chest up, looking up, right? Start off with your arms up. As we land, fire those arms back. And this is just getting you set up for that next stage of jumping back up with those arms, okay? So, from there, we're gonna do single leg pogos, just advancing things a little bit more. This box out of the way. We're gonna go single leg right here, hands on your hips, nice and easy. Pretty self-explanatory, making sure we're bending that knee. Again, it's like we're jumping rope, trying to be quick off the ground. We don't need to go max height or anything like that on these. We're just trying to get the knee ready, just kind of absorbing some load there nice and quick. So let's go ahead and get 2 sets of 20 on each foot, okay? Finally, we're gonna do some lateral cuts. So basic support position, we've done this. Feet outside the hips, edge of support is gonna be on the inside edge of the feet, so I can shift and go either direction, all right? I'm gonna have you do some micro cuts out and back, okay? Start off nice and slow. You can pick up the speed as it feels better. So I'm pushing off this edge of this foot right here, and picking up this foot to go that way, and then I'm coming back. So I'll start off slow. So pushing off, back to that base, now pushing off this edge to come back, okay? We wanna tie this together like this. Okay, you start off nice and slow, and then pick up the distance a little bit. Eventually you want to get to the point where you're pushing off as far as you can go. Okay? Notice those feet are always in that basic support position. So we're starting to cut laterally here.